Hey everyone, it's Mario here. Today we're diving into the magical land of Cappadocia. If you love exploring unique destinations, you're in for a treat. I'm talking about a place that looks like it's straight out of a fantasy novel, a landscape sculpted by nature and history into something truly otherworldly. We're going to soar above fairy chimneys, delve deep into ancient underground cities, and climb to viewpoints that will absolutely take your breath away. I've packed this itinerary with what I believe are the absolute must-see spots, the kind of places that stick with you long after you've left. This isn't just a list, folks. It's an invitation to experience the heart and soul of Cappadocia with me. I'll be sharing all my tips, a few laughs, and hopefully, I'll inspire your own adventure to this incredible corner of Turkey. We're talking serious bucket list material here, so get your notepads ready, or just sit back and soak in the views. I've done the legwork, stumbled through a few mispronunciations probably, and found the spots that truly shine. So buckle up, because this is going to be one epic journey. I'm so stoked to share this with you all. Cappadocia has a special kind of magic, and I'm hoping a little bit of it rubs off on you through the screen. If you're ready for an adventure filled with stunning visuals, fascinating history, and maybe a few wow moments, then you're in the right place. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. Your support means the world and helps me bring more adventures like this to you. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, kicking off our Cappadocian adventure with an absolute icon, the hot air balloon ride at sunrise. Seriously, if there's one thing you splurge on in Cappadocia, make it this. It's not just a ride, it's an experience that redefines the word breathtaking. Waking up before dawn might sound like a chore, but trust me, when you see those balloons inflating in the pre-dawn glow, any sleepiness just vanishes. You're standing there, sipping on some Turkish tea, and you hear the roar of the burners firing up. These massive, colorful orbs start to swell and rise, and you can't help but feel like a little kid about to embark on the greatest adventure of your life. Then it's your turn to hop into the basket, which, by the way, is surprisingly spacious. You get your little spot, meet your fellow adventurers, and then, ever so gently, you feel the ground slip away beneath you. It's such a smooth, almost imperceptible liftoff. And then, wow, just wow. As you ascend, the world unfurls below you like a living map. The unique Cappadocian landscape, with its fairy chimneys and hidden cave dwellings, starts to reveal its full glory. The sun begins to peak over the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and gold. It's a photographer's dream, but honestly, there are moments you'll just want to put the camera down and soak it all in. The sheer scale of it all is humbling. You feel so small yet so connected to everything. Seeing hundreds of other balloons floating alongside you, each one a vibrant speck against the dawn sky, is a sight I'll never forget. It's like a silent, graceful ballet performed by giants. Your pilot, usually a seasoned pro with a great sense of humor, will guide you through the valleys, sometimes so close to the fairy chimneys you feel like you could almost reach out and touch them. The silence up there is another thing that's truly special. Apart from the occasional whoosh of the burner, it's incredibly peaceful. You're just drifting, suspended between earth and sky with this panoramic vista that stretches for miles. It's a moment of pure serenity and awe. I remember just looking out, a massive grin plastered on my face, feeling an overwhelming sense of gratitude. It's one of those travel moments that becomes a core memory instantly. You're sharing this incredible spectacle with a basket full of strangers who quickly become friends, all united by the sheer beauty of what you're witnessing. There's a collective gasp when the sun fully emerges, bathing the landscape in its warm light. It's pure magic, no other way to describe it. As the hour or so in the air starts to draw to a close, you begin your gentle descent. Even the landing is an adventure. The ground crew expertly guides the balloon in, often onto a trailer with remarkable accuracy. It's a smooth process, and before you know it, you're back on solid ground, feeling exhilarated and a little bit changed by what you've just experienced. So, my firm advice: book that balloon ride. The memories? Absolutely priceless. Get ready to float. Next up on our Cappadocian hit list is a journey back in time at the Gorim Open Air Museum. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is a treasure trove of rock-cut churches, chapels, and monasteries dating back to the 10th, 11th, and 12th centuries. It's like stepping into a different era, a testament to the faith and resilience of the people who carved their lives and places of worship directly into these volcanic rock formations. The real stars of the show here are the incredibly well-preserved Byzantine frescoes that adorn the interiors of many of these churches. We're talking vibrant depictions of biblical scenes, saints, and patrons, painted directly onto the rock surfaces. Considering their age, the colors and details are astonishing. Each church has its own unique character and set of artworks. Some of the most notable churches include the Karanlık Kilise, Dark Church, which boasts some of the best preserved frescoes. There's an extra fee to enter this one, but honestly, it's worth every lira. Then there's the Elmalı Kilise, Apple Church, with its striking red and ochre tones, and the Yılanlı Kilise, Snake Church, named for a fresco depicting St. George slaying the dragon. Each one is a little jewel box of ancient art. It's not just about looking at old paintings though, it's about understanding the context, the lives of the monastic communities that thrived here. You'll see refectories where they ate, kitchens and living quarters, all carved into the rock. It gives you a real sense of their daily existence, a life of prayer, work and seclusion in this otherworldly landscape. It makes you appreciate their dedication and the incredible effort that went into creating these sacred spaces. Take your time exploring. Each cave church has a story to tell, and it's fascinating to try and piece together the narratives depicted in the frescoes. The layout of the museum itself is quite scenic, with pathways winding between the rock formations. Even the walk between the churches is enjoyable, offering different perspectives of the unique Cappadocian topography. Beyond the individual churches, the Gorim Open-Air Museum as a whole provides a profound insight into the early Christian history of Anatolia. It's a place where faith found a refuge and flourished, leaving behind an incredible artistic and architectural legacy. It's a definite must-do, offering a completely different yet equally captivating Cappadocian experience compared to the balloons. Our next stop takes us to the highest point in Cappadocia, a natural rock fortress that stands like a majestic sentinel overlooking the entire region, Uçhisar Castle. This isn't your typical European castle with turrets and moats. Uçhisar is a colossal rock formation, riddled with tunnels, rooms and passageways, carved out over centuries. It's a truly unique structure, part natural wonder, part human ingenuity, and the views from the top, absolutely positively jaw-droppingly spectacular. As you approach Uçhisar, its sheer scale is impressive. It dominates the skyline of the small village that shares its name, a honeycombed monolith rising dramatically from the surrounding landscape. The rock itself is pocked with countless openings like windows and doorways, hinting at the labyrinthine interior. The climb to the top is an adventure in itself. You'll navigate a series of stairs, tunnels, and pathways carved directly into the rock. Some sections are a bit steep and you might find yourself ducking under low overhangs, but it's all part of the fun. With every step upwards, the views get progressively better, offering tantalizing glimpses of what awaits you at the summit. Once you emerge at the very top, prepare to have your breath stolen. The panoramic vista is simply unparalleled. You get a 360-degree view of Cappadocia stretching out before you like a wrinkled, magical carpet. You can see Göreme, Pigeon Valley, Avanos, and on a clear day, even the distant Mount Ursius. Uçhisar Castle wasn't just a pretty viewpoint, though. Historically, it served as a crucial defensive structure. Its commanding position made it an ideal lookout point, allowing inhabitants to spot approaching enemies from miles away. The network of tunnels and rooms within provided refuge and a means of defense. You can still explore some of these rooms, imagining what life must have been like for those who called this rock fortress home. The village of Uçhisar itself, clustered around the base of the castle, is also worth a wander. It's a charming traditional Turkish village with narrow winding streets, local craft shops, and cozy cafes where you can relax with a cup of Turkish tea or coffee after your climb. Uçhisar Castle offers a physical challenge, a deep dive into history, and arguably the best panoramic views in all of Cappadocia. It's a highlight that truly stands tall, in every sense of the word. Alright team, prepare to have your minds blown, because our next destination takes us deep, and I mean deep, underground. We're heading to Derinkuyu, one of the largest and most fascinating underground cities in Cappadocia. This isn't just a few caves. It's an ancient, multi-level subterranean metropolis that once housed thousands of people, along with their livestock and supplies. The entrance to Derinkuyu is deceptively unassuming. From the outside, you'd hardly guess that an entire city lies hidden beneath your feet. But as you descend the first set of stairs, you're immediately transported into another world. The air cools, the light dims, and you find yourself in a labyrinth of narrow tunnels, steep staircases, and interconnected chambers, all carved out of the soft, volcanic, tough rock. This place is vast, extending down several levels. Some sources say as many as 18, though only a portion is accessible to the public. As you navigate the winding passages, your guide will point out the different areas: living quarters, communal kitchens, stables for animals, wineries, oil presses, storage rooms, chapels, and even a missionary school. The engineering involved is simply astounding, especially when you consider it was all done by hand, centuries ago. They carved out sophisticated ventilation shafts, some extending over 50 meters deep, to ensure a supply of fresh air to even the lowest levels. They also devised ingenious defensive mechanisms, like massive circular stone doors, resembling millstones, that could be rolled into place to block off passages and protect the inhabitants from invaders. Why build such an elaborate underground city, you ask? Primarily for protection. Cappadocia's history is marked by invasions and persecutions, and these subterranean cities provided a safe haven for communities, particularly early Christians, to escape danger. They could live underground for months at a time if necessary, completely hidden from the outside world. Exploring Derinkuyu can be a bit of an adventure, especially if you're tall or a tad claustrophobic. Some of the tunnels are quite low and narrow, requiring you to stoop or even crouch to get through. One of the most fascinating aspects for me was seeing the sheer organization and planning that went into creating Derinkuyu. It wasn't just a random collection of caves, it was a carefully designed community with specific areas for different functions. Derinkuyu is a powerful reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and our incredible ability to adapt and survive in even the most challenging circumstances. It's a journey into a hidden world, a secret history buried beneath the Cappadocian plains. For our final must-visit spot in Cappadocia, we're heading to a place that looks like it's been plucked straight from a science fiction movie, Passabag, also known as Monk's Valley. Get ready to wander through a forest of some of the most peculiar and striking fairy chimneys you'll see in the entire region. These aren't just your average conical fairy chimneys. Many here have multiple rock caps, giving them these incredible mushroom-like or even triple-headed appearances. As you step into Passabag, you'll immediately understand why it feels like another planet. The formations here are so unique, so whimsical, it's hard to believe they were sculpted entirely by nature, wind and water eroding the soft, tough rock over millions of years, leaving the harder basalt caps perched precariously on top. The name Monk's Valley comes from the hermit monks who once sought solitude and spiritual refuge here. You can still see some of their cave dwellings and chapels carved directly into these fairy chimneys. Imagine living inside one of these incredible structures, surrounded by such a unique and inspiring landscape. Wandering through Passabag is an absolute joy. There are pathways that meander among the fairy chimneys, allowing you to get up close and marvel at their bizarre and beautiful shapes. Each one seems to have its own personality. Some are tall and slender, others are stout and robust. The multiple caps on many of them are particularly fascinating. How do they stay up there? It's a testament to the slow, patient artistry of nature. This is a photographer's paradise without a doubt. Every angle offers a new and interesting composition. The way the light plays on the different textures and colors of the rock, the contrast between the pale tuff and the dark basalt caps, it's all incredibly photogenic. But Passabag isn't just about looking, it's about feeling. There's a certain magic in the air, a sense of peace and wonder. It's a great place to just stroll, to let your imagination run wild, and to appreciate the sheer artistry of the natural world. You can even climb into some of the lower cave openings to get a feel for what it might have been like to live there. One of the cool things about Passabag is that it's relatively easy to access, and you can wander around freely. Compared to some of the other sites, Passabag feels a bit more whimsical and playful. So, if you want to feel like you've stepped onto another planet, if you want to see fairy chimneys that defy gravity and ignite your imagination, then Passabag, Monk's Valley, is an absolute must. And that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of my top 5 must-visit spots in Cappadocia. From soaring above the valleys in a hot air balloon to delving deep into ancient underground cities and wandering through landscapes that seem to belong to another world, Cappadocia has truly been an unforgettable adventure. I hope this journey has inspired you to explore this magical region for yourself, or at least given you a taste of its incredible beauty and history. It's a place that genuinely touches your soul and leaves you wanting more. Each of these spots offers something unique, a different facet of Cappadocia's incredible charm. Whether it's the spiritual artistry of Goreme, the commanding views from Uchisar, or the whimsical formations of Pasabag, there's a kind of magic here that's hard to put into words. You just have to experience it. I've tried my best to share that with you today, and I really hope you've enjoyed coming along for the ride. I know I've made memories here that will last a lifetime. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Cappadocia. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more travel adventures. Your support really helps me continue to bring these kinds of experiences to you. Let me know in the comments below which of these spots you'd love to visit the most, or if you have any of your own Cappadocia favorites to share. Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and I'll see you on the next adventure. Bye for now.